which I wish to share. Shri Ashok Damodar Shah was born on 13th June 1940 at Danduka, Ahmedabad, and brought up in a renowned lawyer family of late Shri D.K. Shah. After his studies, he was registered as an advocate on 2nd November 1962, the year in which I was born. Following the footsteps of his father, Shri Ashok D. Shah started his career as a lawyer on criminal side in 1962. He conducted numerous sessions trials in Ahmedabad, Bhavnagar, Mehsana, Nadiad, Surat, Baroda, Rajkot, and other places in Gujarat. Some of his prominent sensational trials are Mangad Hatya case and Gullu murder case. He was appointed as Vice Chairman of the Bar Council of Gujarat from 1989 to 1993. During his tenure, he focused to bring about reformation in advocate welfare scheme. During said period, the Bar Council of Gujarat published a book named Criminal Investigation, authored by him for the benefit of junior members of the bar. He also authored and published another book, namely Forensic Medicine and its Importance in Criminal Trial, for the benefit of junior lawyers. I am informed that he was very meticulous in his work and was most familiar among judges for his handwriting, which was looking like typed or printed material. I got to know that he completed 60 years of practice as a lawyer, practicing on criminal side, and thereafter he was leading a retired life due to his ill health. His legacy of his practice in criminal law has been passed on to his younger son, Mr. Saurin Shah. Shri Ashok Damodar Shah is survived by his wife, Srimati Shakuntala Ashok Shah, and two sons, namely Mr. Lomesh Ashok Shah, an IT consultant staying in United States of America, and Mr. Saurin Ashok Shah, a practicing advocate of this court since 1993. Passing away of Shri Ashok Damodar Shah has caused great loss to his family, friends, and immense loss to the entire legal fraternity. On his death, we have lost not only an eminent advocate, but also a great human being. I, on my behalf and on behalf of all my sister and brother judges, express our heartfelt condolences to the members of the bereaved family. May the Almighty give them strength to bear the great loss and overcome the grief. May the departed soul rest in eternal peace.
My lords, we have got together over here in the shadow of gloom to pay homage to our esteemed colleague, Shri Ashok Bhai Damodar Bhai Shah, who left for heavenly abode on 30th September 2022 at the age of 82 years. On behalf of the legal fraternity of the state of Gujarat and on my own behalf, while associating with the sentiments that have fallen from my Lord Honorable the Chief Justice, I express a profound sense of grief and sorrow on the said demise of Advocate Shri A.D. Shah. A comforting philosophy relating to life and death has been succinctly explained by Daisaku Ikeda, a Japanese Buddhist philosopher. I quote, "Cycles of life and death can be likened to the alternating periods of sleep and wakefulness. Just as sleep prepares us for the next day's activities, death can be seen as a state in which we rest and replenish ourselves for a new life. In this light, death should be acknowledged, along with the life, as a blessing to be appreciated." Unquote. As was referred to by my Lord, born on 13 June 1940 in Danduka, Ahmedabad, Shri Ashok Bhai Shah completed his primary education from Nutan School, Ahmedabad, and secondary and higher secondary education from H.B. Kapadia High School, Ahmedabad. Shri Ashok Bhai was certain about the legal field from the very beginning and was keen on following in the footsteps of his father, late Shri D.K. Shah, who was a renowned criminal lawyer in those days. Therefore, with a view to embark on his legal career at the earliest, soon after finishing his schooling in the year 1959, Shri Ashok Bhai took up the course of law prelim, which had to be cleared mandatorily prior to pursuing degree of law at that time. Thus, from the year 1960, Mr. Shah started attending criminal trials with his father. In the year 1962, Shri Shah appeared for second LLB examination and thereafter enrolled himself as a lawyer on 2nd November 1962. Soon after enrollment, late Shri Shah had the privilege to assist his father in cases before the Sessions Court. and considered himself fortunate to have learnt about the art of cross-examination and preparation for conduct of sessions trial from his learned father. In our High Court, Shri Shah worked with the senior advocate with Mr. K. Jashetna, where he was given the opportunity to argue matters before this honorable court, pursuant to which he also started his practice in trial courts. Shri Ashok Bhai believed that the guidance from his father and rich expertise from his father's junior specialist Shri Shirish Chandra Desai molded his career and provided a huge platform to establish himself as an excellent lawyer. His younger brother, late Justice S.D. Shah, had also followed his father and elder brother by becoming a successful lawyer and then an eminent judge of this honorable court. Late Shri Shah had an exceptional criminal law practice in this honorable court, and in addition thereto, he has also conducted several trials at various places in the state. Being a lawyer on the criminal side, Mr. Shah conducted numerous sensational criminal cases, some of which are noteworthy at this stage. In a famous case of Khimiman versus State of Gujarat, reported in 1991 SCC Online Gujarat 193, upon finding substance in Ashok Bhai's contention that investigating agencies should not adopt a callous and casual approach while investigating crimes of serious nature, such as dowry death, this honorable court observed that if the investigating agency does not honestly and if efficiently investigate, then justice will not be delivered, and in view thereof, guidelines came to be issued to the state of government for the first time to address the lapses by the investigating officers. In case of Jashubai Bharat Gohil versus State of Gujarat, reported in 1994, Volume 4, Supreme Court Cases 353, also known as Mangad Hatya case, Shri Shah had successfully argued before the court on question of death sentence, whereby the learned sessions judge did not impose death sentence, and the said decision was upheld by the Honorable Supreme Court, wherein it was observed that the sentencing court should give due weight to the mitigating as well as aggravating circumstances before it proceeds to impose the appropriate sentence. In case of Ayub Khan Pathan versus State of Gujarat, reported in 1994, 2 GLH 157, late Shri Ashok Bhai could successfully get the petition allowed by this honorable court upon observing that vital material should be considered before formation of subjective satisfaction by the detaining authority when passing an order under the Prevention of Antisocial Activity Act 1985. In case of State of Gujarat versus Muhammad Atiq, reported in 1998, Volume 4, Supreme Court Cases 351, Shri Ashok Bhai represented the State of Gujarat as a special public prosecutor. One of the main questions of determination was pertaining to admissibility of confessional statement recorded for one trial to be used in another trial. While the designated judge held that such a confessional statement given for one trial cannot be used in another, the same came to be reversed by the Honorable Supreme Court while observing that a confession, if usable under Section 15 of TADA, would not become unusable because the crime is different. Mr. Shah also involved in the landmark case of Godhra-Sabarmati Express carnage, which resulted into 59 deaths and more than 40 persons sustaining injury due to the burning of Sabarmati Express train, wherein Mr. Shah played a very constructive role while appearing for some of the accused before this honorable court for ensuring that no innocent person accused in the said crime was punished. Shri Ashok Bhai believed that criminal justice system should be based on judicial discretion and not on arbitrary, capricious or whimsical factors. In this regard, let Shri Ashok Bhai subscribe to the views of Benjamin Cardozo, Associate Justice of US Supreme Court, that the judge, even when he is free while exercising discretion, is still not wholly free, as there is an inherent need of reasonableness and judiciousness, or otherwise it will lead to injustice. Besides actively practicing law, Shri Shah had also taken keen interest in the functioning of the Bar Council of Gujarat, wherein during the period from 1988 to 1993, he was elected as a member of the Bar Council of Gujarat and had also held the post of Vice Chairman for 2 years. As a Vice Chairman, Shri Ashok Bhai, along with the then Chairman, Shri Vinubhai Gandhi, was committed to see that the bill for the Welfare Fund of Advocates is enacted as a law. Shri Shah also served as Chairman of different committees such as Enrollment Committee, Finance Committee, and Disciplinary Committee. During the said period, the Bar Council of Gujarat published a book titled as Criminal Investigation, written by Shri Ashok Bhai, with a view to extend help to junior lawyers. Subsequently, in 2003, Shri Shah published another book called Forensic Medicine and Its Importance in Criminal Trial, which also was for the benefit of the junior lawyers. Shri Ashok Bhai always wanted to give back to the society. In fact, after being inducted as a member of the Rotary Club of Ahmedabad on 8 February 1966, he was given a wonderful opportunity to serve the community by providing free legal service to the needy. During the tenure of 44 years of his membership, Shri Shah sincerely attended all the meetings of the Rotary Club every week and was awarded 100% attendance award for more than 40 years. As a member of the Rotary Club, Shri Ashok Bhai had availed of the opportunities to contribute to the society by arranging medical as well as vocational camps and participating in blood donation drives. Interestingly, during his tenure as the president of the Rotary Club from 1981 to 1982, Shri Shah had formed a senior citizen club, which was the first of its kind in the city. Besides having dynamic presence in the professional career, as well as active participation in contributing to the society, Shri Ashok Bhai also used to take time out for photography, which he thoroughly enjoyed. Led Mr. Shah, a very well-rounded person, completed 60 years of practice as a criminal lawyer. Shri Ashok Bhai Shah is no more with us. He passed away on 30th September 2022 at the age of 82 years, owing to ill health. Late Mr. Shah is survived by his wife, Shakuntala Ben, his eldest son, Mr. Lomesh Shah, who is an IT consultant settled in the US, and his younger son, Mr. Savrin Shah, who is a practicing lawyer on criminal side in this honorable court. We wish Shri Ashok Bhai had remained with us longer, but God has willed otherwise. However, his memory will always remain with us. This reminds me of 8th shloka of 15th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I quote, Shariram yada vapnoti, yachayu prakriti karashvara, grunti taitvani sanyati, vairunganda nivashaya. And quote, meaning thereby, as the wind carries fragrance from place to place, so does the embodied soul carry the mind and senses with it when it leaves an old body and enters a new one. End quote. Indeed, Shri Ashok Bhai has left behind the fragrance of his kind deeds as a very fine human being. On behalf of the bar and the legal profession, I convey heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family members of late Shri Ashok Bhai Shah with a prayer to Almighty God to confer fortitude and sustenance upon them to bear this loss. May the departed soul rest in peace eternal.
My lords, I, on behalf of the Gujarat High Court Advocates Association, share the feelings expressed by my lords the Chief Justice and Learned Advocate General on the sad demise of a stalwart and a legend in true sense of our bar, late Shri Ashok Damodar Shah, whom we all addressed with respect as Shah Sahib. Shah Sahib was born in the renowned lawyer family of late Shri D.K. Shah, who was an esteemed name in the bar. Following the footsteps of his father, Shah Sahib established himself as a criminal lawyer. He used to conduct numerous sensational murder trials, and prominent of them were the Mangad Hatya case, Gullu murder case, and many others. Shah Sahib had been appointed Vice Chairman of the Bar Council of Gujarat during the year 1989 to 93. He was a very meticulous person and used to work amongst friends about his handwriting. It would be worth mentioning that his handwriting, if compared with a typed copy, then from far it looked as if a typed copy is placed for perusal. I recollect meeting him last at the dinner function which was hosted by the association for felicitating senior members of the bar. Although he was not well, but he had the will and wish to attend the function and had come on a wheelchair. Mr. Shah was considered to be an authority on criminal law. I have myself witnessed that when honorable judges had any query in an ongoing matter, they would call upon Mr. Shah to share his views on that subject. He would cite sections of the CRPC during the course of trials, which no one was aware or would have been knowing about. He was an inspiration for young lawyers, and all were eager to hear him whenever he was arguing and never missed a chance to hear his arguments in court. Shah Sahib used to assist courts on subjects of handwriting expert opinion, DNA, scientific methods used during investigation, etc. As informed by a senior member of our bar, In earlier days, there used to be few lawyers who used to be contacted to argue high-stake criminal matters. Shah Sahib used to be their first choice. Mr. Shah was never designated or never applied for a senior advocate gown, but was always referred as a senior advocate in the orders by the honorable courts. In order to sum up in few words, I would refer to Mr. Shah as one who was very meticulous, very hardworking, studious, a true fighter who would take all opportunity to defend his case by taking all legal remedies for his client, and an able researcher with a cool head and a patient lawyer. Mr. Shah had completed almost 60 years in the practice, and that is a milestone a very few can achieve. As a senior, Shah Sahib was a guru in real sense, a mentor to many juniors who are now leading lawyers and practicing in this court. He used to not only guide but also instruct juniors while sitting in court. Not only lawyers but also judges used to take his guidance. He used to guide young lawyers and point out any mistake committed by them in arguing. He used to help them to improve in their conduct in courts and guide them to perform better as successful lawyers. Mr. Shah passed away on 30th September at the age of 82. On his passing away, we have lost an eminent lawyer and above all, a great human being. I, on behalf of the Gujarat High Court Advocates Association, express my heartfelt condolences to the members of the bereaved family. May the Almighty give them strength to bear the great loss and overcome the grief. May the departed soul rest in eternal peace. Om Shanti.
As a mark of respect to the departed soul, 2 minutes silence be observed. The Registrar General may convey the message of condolences to the members of the bereaved family. As a mark of respect to the departed soul, the proceedings of the court would stand suspended for the rest of the day.